Hey, everybody. I'm sorry again. Had problem again to log in. I don't understand why. What's going on with this webcam? Again, I've been trying a few times. But anyway, thank you so much and welcome. Welcome. NCK 2310. Yes, I am here. Welcome. And I hope you're all fine wherever you are and you're listening to me. I can say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. It depends where you're watching me from. Welcome to my channel. I am Beck, NCK2310. And yes, we are again continuing with this journey of the music. And today, we are carrying on with the music. You know, we always scrutinize songs and learn 1, 2, 3 things. And today, it's another song. Number 126, actually. Yes, that means if you're there and you have never listened to all the other scrutinization of all the other songs, please do it. I see David Karanja. Thank you for coming. Welcome. I'm just checking in now. I'm a little bit late because I was having problem with the webcam. I don't know why nowadays. Whenever I try to go in, it's a little bit tricky. But anyway, welcome. And for anybody else who is listening from the back, welcome as well. Yes, we are continuing with this journey of the music. Yes, and today I've prepared for us a song, and this song, as I have named it, it's Love is Blind. Yes, and I think we're gonna do it a little bit different. I'll talk about the song, and if you think that you know who have written the song or who have sung the song, you can write down there. All right, without wasting any time, let me dive in and we see what the song got to offer. Yes, the song says, people live together due to different reasons. Ati ado matura nagia meneto mi mwanya. There is no one without his or her story. Utile modo tare story yake. Nobody. Everybody has a story when it comes to love, right? I also have my story. I'm sure you also have your story. All of us have stories to tell when it comes to love. Yes. But there are times you hear from some people when they talk about love, and you hear that, and you, after listening to them, you just make a conclusion, oh, that was not love. That was being naive, as you'd call it, you know, which is maybe disturbing someone's mind. It's a little bit tricky when you hear about this song, when saying that when you hear some people talking about love, you'll be like, oh my God, really? Was that really love? Or was it you were naive? Or I've been naive? Well, the song says, that's not love, but naiveness disturbing someone. Love and stupidity really gives a headache. Someone looks like you have, because of love, right? That's why you can love someone with all your heart, but when you ask that person what he or she loves you, you hear the answers they're giving back. And that's why the writer writes that it seems like love and stupidity, to be, naiveness, yeah, I want to be a little bit polite. Love and to be naive are like siblings. That wedo no rimo. I'm trying to, it's so funny when I was laughing somehow when I translate all these songs. Sometimes it sounds so funny that when you sometimes hear about love, you think, oh my God, wait a minute. That's good, David. You got it. Very good. Yes. Very good. That it is where doneta orimo, and then it's like that's a good one, David. Very good one. Yes, there are some people used as bridges to escape different hardships. No, you can be used by somebody. Someone can pretend to love you. We've seen all these things. Someone can be tricky, someone has other plans and pretend, oh, I love you. Oh, I want you. But the person have other intentions. The person, I see you, Joyce Official. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm back. Yes, I'm back. Today is my third day that I've gone live. The other two lives that have been, the other two last days, one of it will go live tomorrow. I had to edit it. Yes, one will go out tomorrow, and then the day after tomorrow another one, and then this one will go after that day. I have to schedule them that way. Yes, as I was saying, that it's very, very tricky when it comes to love. With this song, even if it sounds a little bit like funny, it's very, very touching, because I am sure you, me too, sometimes in our lives, we've ever found ourselves in that kind of situation whereby you think someone loves you. Oh, okay, yes, thank you, Joyce. Yes, I will edit them. YouTube will release one of them tomorrow, and then the other one after tomorrow. Yes, as I have said, all of us have ever found ourselves in that kind of situation that you think you are loved, you believe in love, but the person is just playing games on you. The person is just taking advantage of you. The person is just targeting something from you. And that's why we say, when we listen to all these beautiful songs, it's good always to get the message, because they want to educate us. For example, when I was young, okay, it could be sometimes I was like, okay, maybe that guy loves me. But always be very careful, because, for example, you as a woman, for example, don't allow yourself to go so easily just because someone have told you, I love you. Take your time. For a man as well, because, hey, we know what happens also to our boy child. Yeah, you can be used as well. It's high time that when it comes to love, take your time, don't rush on it. This song actually tries to advise us that before we fall into that trap of being lied to, that trap of being used, that trap of being taken advantage of, before that time reaches, be careful, because there are so many people who fall into traps. I think I sometimes do tell my story. Those of you who has followed me for a while, I think I told my story of what happened to me, because I like always to give my story. I never tell stories of other people. I always, with the songs that are always scrutinized and analyzed, I always like to compare those stories with my own story. Okay, so as I have said, because it's good to learn, and I tell these stories because I want to help you who is listening to me. And especially if you are younger, you have to, not only if you're younger, because even sometimes older people can fall into that temptations, can fall into those traps. Yeah, I like to tell my own story, because, hey, everything I tell is coming from me, so I know it's the truth. Okay, it's from the horse mouth. Right, when it comes to being fooled, I can tell you one thing. I've told this story before, but I can repeat it just for in case somebody hasn't heard this story before. I see what, yes, I do recall, Doctor, yes, you did. You glowing? Okay, we'll check on them. Okay, thank you. Yes. Yes, as I have said, for me, when it comes to this song, I really love it so much. And I always say, oh my God, I wish those years these kind of songs were existing, that I could have learned, I could have been careful myself, because a lot of things can happen. So here is my story, a story coming from the horse. Don't listen stories from other people who don't know me. I can tell my own story because it's my story, okay? So with this song, I can tell one thing. When some of you knows that I used to live in Germany many years, yes. And there I was, and I had met my second love in my life in Germany, okay? But he was not German. He was then Swedish. Not my husband now. I'm talking about my second love, okay? My husband now is my third love. So with my second love, we stayed together. We met in Germany. We stayed together in Germany, and we used to come now and then to Sweden because he's Swedish, okay? He was Swedish. So we used to travel Germany, Sweden, Sweden, Germany, like that, like that. But because my daughter was still very young, I didn't want to leave my daughter in Germany. So I stayed. No, I have to wait until my daughter is more, grown up and stuff before I can move to Sweden. So the guy said, okay, fine, I understand. We stayed together. But because I was living then in Germany, in Sweden, I was then just coming as a tourist, just for a visit or something like that. I decided, wait a minute. Now that my daughter is a grown up, he said, please, now I've waited for you. Let's move to Sweden. And I said, okay, fine. I agreed to move to Sweden. Okay. It's not so far away. It's like 2 hours flight from Germany, where I used to live in Düsseldorf, to Stockholm. I was living then in Stockholm. We moved to Stockholm. And there I was. Guess what? I still cannot speak Swedish, because even if some words in Swedish are like German, not everything. So if you don't understand the Swedish language, when it comes to writings and bank stuff, you wouldn't understand anything. So there I was, naive Jerry. That's why I say in love, okay? There I was coming to Sweden, somebody that we stayed together, but we were like sambo, boyfriend, girlfriend for many years. So guess what? When I came to Sweden, I didn't understand anything. So, hey, then my second love told me, hey, you know what? It's nice here in Sweden, this and that. I said, okay, fine. And that's why I say, please always be very, very careful. Because like, for me, only that God helped me. Because what happened was, I did not understand Swedish, more or less. Wait a minute, I have to put this on. Hope you can be better. I hope so. Okay, yes. I hope you can hear me better now. I really hope so. So what happened to me was, I did not understand Swedish. So like maybe 6 months later or something like that, I saw a letter. Okay? And that letter was in the office, in our house office. And I was trying, I could see it's written my name on top, but it was an opened letter already. And I was trying to read it. And there was like words I did not understand. So I had already known a Kenyan lady, very nice lady in Stockholm. And I decided, let me ask her, what is this? Because that's very strange. A letter is opened. It must have been my second love who opened it, because we were only both of us. So I was like, what is this letter about? So I took that letter to my girlfriend. Shock of my life. That letter was an answer from the bank. I want you to listen so that when you hear about love, be very careful. Somebody, you can guess who, had written to a bank and tried to borrow money, actually quite a lot of money, like 875,000, almost, let's say almost like 10 million Kenya shilling, because it's almost a million Swedish kron. It's like 10 million Kenya shilling. Somebody had tried with my names, because when I came from Germany, I used to have a saloon. So when I came to Stockholm, I opened a saloon and everything. So I had some little income directly. So somebody had tried, somebody who knew my name and everything and my details, had tried to take a credit. Listen carefully. Had tried to take a credit of like 10 million. Are you listening to me? 10 million Kenya shilling. It's almost a million Swedish krona on my name. But the bank, I thank God. I thank SEB Bank. That's why I'm today, up to today. That's my bank. The bank had written a letter back, thinking it's to me, and written Tuvea. Tuvea means sorry.
excuse us. We are not able to give you this at the moment. Shock of my life. Can you imagine if everything had gone okay? Because here in Sweden, how it works is not like in Kenya that you have to go yourself to the bank and everything. Here in Sweden, if you want to borrow loan or anything, you just open your telephone, you go online, you type in your names, you type in your personal number, you type in this, your details, how much you want to borrow and this and this and that from the bank and stuff. It goes very easily. So somebody had tried to do that on my name. And just, can you imagine how shocked I was? That it's my second love, somebody I had stayed with for many years together in job, but we had not married and we had no child together. But still, it was shock of my life. I'm telling you these stories because I want you to learn. I want you to learn, you who are listening to me. Our black sisters and brothers. Huh? So even when you are with these wazungus, you have to be very careful. You have to open your eyes. Huh? Mutu ako higa. You have to. Because after that is when I opened my eyes. It's when I was like, oh shit, I am in trouble. Who am I together with? And somebody you stay together with for a long time. And that's why I say, please, even with your partner, code, keep it to yourself. All code, telephone codes, bank numbers, everything. Put it to yourself. Don't give it to anyone. And I thank God very much. Like now, my husband that I have now, we have something that we call Akteskop Farod in Sweden. Everybody has own stuff. You have your money, I have my money, he has his money. Has own properties, I have my own properties. Nothing colliding, nothing. It's the best thing to do because you never know who you're together with. I don't want to say that it's everybody who is like that, but please, you have to be very, very careful. You cannot just trust your partner just because saying, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Please, I'm giving you my story because I want you to learn from me. I'm giving you my story because I don't want somebody else to fall into that trap, which I was so close to fall into. So close. Only that God loves me. Because you never know if somebody will take a credit for 10 million Kenya shillings and then say goodbye to you. What are you going to do? That's why, and the thing is, when you love and you trust so much, for me, I didn't have a problem. I could give all my codes, my telephone codes, my bank numbers. We used to have something called DG Pass in Sweden. Okay, it's something that before the bank ID. Nowadays we log into the banks through bank IDs. But here in Sweden, there was something before called DG Pass, which you had to, it's a small thing like this, you had to put it on, put in code which the bank is giving you and stuff like that. And such numbers. My second love had everything because I trusted him. And that's why I'm saying, please, I give my story because it's not that I want to destroy anybody's names or anything. I give my own stories because I want you to learn. You that you're there, you that always say, hey, this is my love, I'm gonna give all my secret numbers of the bank, of the telephone, of the what. Don't. I ask you kindly, don't. Even if someone says he or she love you to the moon and back, don't. And if you both have to buy something together and you have put in your cash, for example, together, write your both names then, so that in case of anything coming, both of you have the rights. Don't allow anybody just to fool you through love. You don't think that it's only, for example, we Africans, that only African women or African men fools. Wazungus as well. I have never dated any African or Kenyan men in my life. I have never. So I want to tell you that all this with foolings and likes, it's everywhere. So with this song from Samido, it can sound like it's funny or something like that. But this song, it's a song that really want to advise all of us. It's a song that want to tell you, hey, wait a minute, please be careful. Think there is love, there is being naive. There is something there. Open your eyes. Be always on alert. You can love, yes, but tell your love, you know what? we can stay in relationship, we can love each other. But for example, when it comes to finances, let everybody be dependent, so that in case anything comes, no one disturbs anyone. You'll take what belongs to you and just leave. The only thing you need, you both, is maybe a letter to write that you are finito with each other. Otherwise, there will not be any cases or anything like that. Because for me, I learned my lesson by that. I was so close to fall into that temptation. Because imagine what could have happened if the bank would have given him 10 million, thinking it's me. Because in Sweden, as long as someone can log in, it means it's you who is logging in. That's why you can never give your personal numbers and all these codes, bank codes, to anyone. Never do it. That was my lesson, what I learned. Okay, let's hear on what Samido is telling us with this song. That's not love, but naiveness, disturbing someone. Love and stupidity really gives headache. That's why you can love someone with all your heart, but when you ask him, he or she, if she loves, they will just, they'll just maybe give an eye like this, because they know that they don't love you at all. They have a plan. There's something they're targeting in you. So if this is a wake-up call, and especially I'm giving you wake-up calls, especially you, our girls, who always want, hey, I want a mzungu. Hey, there are also some mzungus who can con you. Are you listening to me, please? I'm telling you, because I've never dated an African man or a Kenyan man in my life. So I'm giving you stories, what I myself have experienced. So I'm telling you this because I really want everybody to be careful. You know, there are many girls saying in Kenya, hey, me, I just want mzungus. Do you know how many, especially our black sisters, they've come in these Western countries, and those wazungus they are together with, they just use them. They have made them like slaves. And especially, for example, if you see even these, our young girls, they are together with the older wazungus. Listen to me, please, carefully. I can only tell the stories about wazungu men because it's the only thing that I know. You can tell me about African and Kenyan men. I've never dated any. Because when I came to Europe, I was a young girl. Okay? So I can tell you, please, you girls who also want wazungus, be on alert. There are so many women here in the Western countries. They're like slaves. They work day in, day out. Because they came, the wazungus who were with them put them inside into credits. They work day in, day out, bills like hell. Even some of the, if you see somebody, like I'm 50 years old because I've always kept care of myself. I have, and I've never allowed myself to be fooled again by anybody. Never. And believe you me, uh-uh, with that attempt, what my second love tried, I will never allow such kind of situations again. And I'm telling you this story because I want you to be careful as well. I want you to inform. If you're a mother like me, please talk to your daughters, talk to your sons, tell them, be careful. Some of the Africans, they came to the Western countries, and all what they have is credit, which their partners put them into, for example. That's why I tell you, be very careful. I think back home in Kenya, it could be as well. We've seen the stories here online with some of the families, what they go through when they become to separation or divorces. So instead of having all these issues, please make sure that when you have a partner, separate your properties. Is the best thing, Anyway, let's hear on what the song says. There are many people who are used to escape poverty. Many people are used to escape hardships. Someone is using you as a bridge. After that person crosses the bridge, the person don't know you anymore. It's done. Work with you is done. That person has gotten what he or she wanted. Using the other one, using, when I hear this song, sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I could have fallen into that trap of 10 million. Someone trying to take 10 million on my name. Because sometimes people can see, okay, that person have this and this and that. That person, this and that. The bank can give easily. But always trust only yourself. Don't give your personal numbers and your bank codes to your partners just because someone is coming. Oh, I love you. Someone is coming with a flower. Oh, I love you. Someone is going, maybe even buying a certain present just to lock you. There are also, there are people who use others. There are also, for example, women who also use men just because they want children. They're not interested with that man. They just want mareda tu bego. They just want the seeds so that they can get the babies. And then that man is bye-bye. I got what I wanted. And some women, they target, okay, there are some women that when they think, they believe that they can hold a man when they have children. It's wrong. Children should be planned. I don't think you should trick somebody. I think it's not okay that you trick someone so that you can get pregnant, so that you can hold the person. And some people, they want to get the children so that that partner can be paying financial support all the times. I see a real TBT Kenya. Greetings, welcome, welcome. I hope I said hello to everyone. I really hope so. Yes, Rose Dombi, I see you too. Thank you so much. Yes, all of you coming, welcome. I just have to control that nobody is rude to my audience. For me, my audience are priority number one. Nobody should abuse or be unpolite. When you do that, you're out. That's the way I'm strict. I want my audience to feel at home, to feel comfortable, that nobody is harassing them in any way. Yes. As I was saying, I think it's high time, if you're there and you know that you're using either a man or a woman for your own benefits, financial benefit, or to have children benefit, or stop it. It's not fair. I think it's high time. Love should be love and business should be business. That's fine. You can say, hey, you know what? We can get together. You have your life. I have my life, but we love each other. We have nothing to do with our finances. Your finance is your finance. You do what you want with your money. I do what I want with my money, as long as somebody is working. That's why I always say it's so important to work. Don't rely on anyone. Go work so that you're the boss of your own money, so that nobody can try to rule you and tell you, do this, do this, do that. For example, I know that those years when I was being born in the early 70s back in Kenya, the women, mothers, their work, most of them, not all of them, most of them, their work was bringing us children up. And the men were the ones going out there. Not everyone. I still know some of my childhood friends, and like one of them, her mom was a teacher, and for all the years, she's late now, but there are women who've always worked, not just being housewives or something like that. And here in the Western countries, there's nothing like, oh, I have a child, I can't work. There's nothing like that. Here in the Western countries, like in Sweden or in Germany, where I've lived, it's like you get a child. Okay, when you are almost, if you don't have any complications, when you're almost to get your child, you go on leave, maternity leave. You have that as well in Kenya. But after the child is born, you can have like 1 year leave, for example, but you go back to work. Working. You should not be lazy. That's why I say it's good to work. And also because you work so hard, you have to protect your hard work. Don't let anybody fool you. Either your partner or your family members or your friends, nobody should fool you. You work hard for your money. You have to protect your money. So I hope we're together, that you work hard for your money. You have to protect your money. Make sure that no one is fooling you. There are also some partners. They tell give me this, I'll give you back. You give, they don't. I also know stories like here in Sweden, or even in Kenya, in Germany, where some partners, they take money from their partners and they're the ones doing things back home on their own names, and then they have nothing. So you're working, but you have nothing documented that is your property. That is stupidness. This song from Samido, yeah, when you sing it in Kikuyu, it's a pity that we can never play it because of to avoid copyright. With YouTube, they're very strict. You can never play it. But when you listen to a song like this from Samido, where Donna Orimo, yeah, it's I just think about all what goes on in relationship, how many people are fooled, and it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking, because here we have so beautiful songs. I wish those years before I was almost fooled, I wish there was a song like this. I think this song is 6 years old, from Samido. Yeah, it is. But I wish there was a song like this that could have advised me. That's why I really take my time. I love our Kikuyu songs. Of course, there are also other songs, Swahili and English. But for me as a Kikuyu, I really love our songs because they teach so much. You learn. It's just learning. I think if someone would ask me, who are the most talented people that I know in the world, for me, I would say our Kikuyu artists. They are. Because the songs they make, the words they use, only full of wisdom. And that's why I always ask myself, we as Kikuyus, do we only sing and dance, or do we also listen nicely those words? What is this message in this song? Because that's why I'm here. And that's why I always say we scrutinize and analyze in English, so that we can share these beautiful messages to everybody. So that, for example, I have a daughter, okay? My daughter is 28 years now. She lives in Germany. She's half German, half Kenyan, but she don't speak Kenyan language. Unfortunately, I tried when she was young. She don't. But for me, speaking in English, explaining all this stuff, she can hear because she understands English. And I'm very sure there are so many Kenyan mothers and Kenyan fathers, Ugandan parents, Tanzanians, all African parents in the Western countries who their children don't speak their languages back home. And the only way we can try to share these beautiful songs with them is through informing them what these songs talks about, the advice in these songs, the messages in these songs. That's the only way we can support our children who are in the West and they don't speak the. And for example, also in our country, in Kenya, we have so many tribes, maybe 42 tribes, and not everybody speaks Kikuyu. I want this message to reach them as well. Because they know that, Kikuyus, they like a singer called Samindo, but they don't know what he sings. Those who don't understand Kikuyu, they don't know why Kikuyus love the songs. What's the message here? What's on? And that's why I'm here, so that everybody can learn that even if you are loved, you can be fooled, which is to be naive. And this song is trying to advise us, please don't be naive when you're in love. Wake up. Love is good, yes. But open one eye. Love with one eye, more or less. Because if you just be there, I love, you give your codes for everything, you give your bank numbers to everybody, to your partners, something can happen, as I've told my story. When I tell my stories, I always wait for someone to come and say that's not true, because I have receipts for almost everything that I tell. That's why I always say it's me. It's not like other channels where they go and lie about other people and they can't represent receipts for us. This here is from my own mouth. That if someone can tell me, hey, Jerry, you said this and this and that. Yes, I'll say, yes, I said it. And I have the proof, it's here. Because it's very important as well, when you go around listening to people, sometimes if you listen to lies, some people believe in those lies, which is sad. So I think the best thing to do, if you notice somebody is lying about that one and that one and that one and that one, the best thing you can do, avoid those kind of people. Remove them from your area, block them, go away, because what happens is you can be brainwashed. You see the way we know that church people brainwashes the followers by telling them crazy stuff about going to heaven, and if you don't do this you will go, I don't know, to hell, and I don't know what, and if you want blessing you have to buy handkerchief and salt and water, all those brainwashing things. There's also brainwashing, online brainwashing. That means the more people are telling lies of other people, you are there and you want to hear more and more and more. There is nobody coming and telling, hey, give us the receipt. For example, when I told my story yesterday about this piercing here, when I was in Gateway Girls, when I was told that I'm a devil worshiper because of this, those people who are with me in Gateway Girls, they can attest it's a true story. I have contacts with some of them, that there was that kind of story. But if I would come here online, for example, and I say here Real or Joyce or anybody that is here, David, Joyce, I come here and I say, hey, that one is a devil worshiper. You should be telling me, hey, NCK, bring receipts. Did you see her worshipping the devil? Because all these false accusations, they make people get addicted to hear more and more lies. But that's not good, because you're damaging innocent people who are innocent. You are damaging their names. It's not right. Like yesterday I was saying, I hear when people say, oh, that one has a ring. You see these big rings. And when you hear someone with a ring, you say, hey, that one is a devil worshipper. Hey, that one is Illuminati. The ring. And I was asking yesterday, if I start to wear my rings, because I have big rings. I have. When I travel around the world, I buy rings, and if I start to wear them, am I also going to be called devil worshipper, Illuminati? This stupid thing should end. Please, wake up. And especially with us Kenyans. I don't know what's wrong with us. Anyway, we are back to love. Back to this song of Samido, telling us, Wedo ni orimo. Wedo nita sister ya orimo. Wedo na orimo nita sisters. They are like siblings, right? The song says, someone swears now and that he will never leave you, and it comes at a time that not even hello. Someone, with this love thing, because when the love finishes, it's done. You can never bring love back when it's gone. And that's what I'm saying. You have to differentiate between real love and games. Because someone can come in the name of love, but it's just games. Someone want to gain something from you, and after that person gets it, you're gone. The person don't want to see you anymore. And this song is saying that somebody who had sweared that will never leave you in a lifetime, that person now meeting you with you like this, you don't even say hello. You don't. You cannot say hello to each other. You cannot see eye to eye. Is that right? It's not okay. But that's the way it is. Let's hear on what Samido got to tell us. The song says, homes turn into conflicts. Atemeshie igakorwo ni bara theri. Just worse and worse and worse. Because there is no love anymore there. Maybe there was even never love. It was just a business. So what happens there is just conflicts and fightings and wars and wars and wars. You know, when I hear these with the conflicts and wars, I actually up to today, even if my late dad had problem with alcohol, as I've told that before, I still thank very much my late dad that he never even pinched like this my late mom. We children, we had never seen my dad fighting. I know there are a lot of men, not even men, even women, who fight each other. Can you imagine in a relationship and you're being slapped, being kicked like I don't know what animal by someone who says he or she loves you? You know, when you hear about these homes conflicts, it's heartbreaking. As you all know, whatever I talk comes from me, because I always say what I saw, what I know, what I heard growing up up to today. I used to have my dad's brother, who was very rich guy. Okay, so they lived there and we lived down here. He was one of the richest in our village those years. Guess what? A man who was blessed with nice homes, many cars, many cows, call them, name them, businesses. He had everything. But guess what? That man, tumeitaka fafamokoro, or what do you call them in Kikuyu? I grew being scared of him. Why? Because he used to beat his wife. He used to beat her so much. When he comes, I don't know from what time, maybe he's late. Maybe she asked him, where have you been? Maybe 2 days not coming home. Was being beaten. And I used to ask, why? And I don't understand why those years women never left. She's very lucky that she was not eliminated. Because when you are being beaten and beaten all the times, what are you doing there? Why are you staying there? I understand that some people say the children. I understand that some people say, oh, I'm from poor family. I can't go back. Please, you have to go away. You cannot stay where is violence. You cannot. That's no love. It's not. There is no way someone loves you and can beat you. There is no way. There is no way if somebody loves you, kicking you, slapping you, where is the love? No way. You know, those of you who always see my story, or who always watch me, also last year when I was a little bit more active, I always tell my story that when I first came to Germany, I was a young girl, 18 and a half. And with my first relationship, I was never touched physically, but psychologically. Because we know, for example, most of us in Kenya, we didn't grow up with guns. And if you're in a relationship where you see guns from there to there, sometimes you get scared. You think, oh my God, what if that person one day turns crazy and turn the gun on me? So I had to run for my life with a small child. I flew to Ireland to a girlfriend. And I was very new. After I just, I was 18 and a half. I was together with the guy. So I got my daughter with 22. But hey, my daughter was maybe 8 months old. But I got so scared. And I had to think. Comfortable, living good, big home, big cars, or running away from my life, from me and my daughter. It's not that the person has ever touched me physically, but it's a little bit torture when you see someone maybe just taking the guns and, So it's high time. You should love yourself. Don't stay where there's violence or where you suspect you're not safe. God will open doors. God will open doors. But don't stay in abusive relationships. Don't. Because a lot of people do that. They know that it's wrong, but they don't get the guts to do it. For example, in Kenya, why not do it? Imagine someone like me, a Kenyan, those years all alone in Germany, don't have relatives or friends or anybody. And I was ready to go and I went. What about you? You back home in Kenya or in Tanzania, Uganda, wherever there, and you're being abused and you're just sitting there. Until when? You should think about your life and your children's life. Yes. Don't be naive, like the song says. Differentiate between love and being naive. It's two different things. Ask yourself, in this relationship I am in, is it love or is it being naive? Naive means stupid, but a more polite word, naive. The song says, until the man wish if he was a house help, because house helps can leave at any time whenever she is fed up. That this man, for example, at home, he has no peace at all. Same like a woman not having any peace in that home and is just wishing, I wish I'm the house help, as you call them, housemaids. House help is a better word. I wish I'm a house help, because with house helps, especially like in Africa, I don't know about in Arabic countries, you can't just live like that. But like in Kenya, house help, if you're fed up, you just go and never come back again, right? That it comes to a point until a husband or a wife is wishing to be a house help so that can leave anytime, because they think, hey, wait a minute, this is just too much. I'm not happy here. Don't stay, move. Don't stay there. Think about your health, mentally and psychologically and physically. The song says, even me messed up somewhere. That's Samido, okay? There's a girl I let down, but not willingly. I think this is a little bit fun. He's saying that there's a girl he let down, not willingly. Come on, Samido. And I never know what to tell her. But she should know it's the heat in my body. It's not my fault, but the push in my body. So now here it is. Someone could be just be interested. Please get me right. Someone could be only be interested to make love with you. But that doesn't mean that the person loves you. I don't know if you're getting me. Someone want to make love with you, but doesn't mean that the person really loves you and want to spend the rest of their life with you or stuff. It's a different thing. Like Yasamido is saying, there's a girl, the body got heated. He wanted something from the girl, but the girl thought he loves her. But it was the heat. Urugari wa mwili. Come on. Differentiate between someone who just enjoys to make love with you, but don't want to spend the rest of the life with you, or don't plan So if you're okay with that, that's up to you. It's your body. But if you're not okay with that, say no. Don't let yourself be used and dumped. But you know what happens? A lot of people don't talk about it. You know, I think it's very nice if people can start to open up. You can tell somebody at the moment, I'm not interested in a relationship, but we can have fun. Maybe it's a Wazungu style, maybe. But it's better than you giving hope to somebody. And you, for example, who you are mistaking being having fun with to love, you're mistaking those two things. It's high time to start to open up. We are in 2025. If somebody comes around and tells you and or give you signs that want to make love with you, have a little bit discussion. Ask, is it only having fun or making love? Or is it, or do you see any future? Because some people, you sleep with them one time, they believe you are theirs. They believe that one belongs to me. And that person had not planned anything with you or for you. So I think it's high time people to start talking so that nobody is hurt. Because you can hear in this song, somebody is saying, I really hurt that girl. That girl thought I'll be with her. She thought she would be mine and I'll be hers. But for me, I just wanted to have fun. I just wanted to make love. That's what the song says. You know, I like to tell the name and the singer so that you later on go and listen this song. I don't want you to say I'm looking for my own words. You know, I think it's it's high time people to start opening up, so that also with all these stories, we see how many brutal killings for boyfriend and girlfriends and whatever comes in. Maybe it's because one misunderstood. One thought they are together, while the other one thought we're just having fun. That's it. Yes. The song says, I wish there can be a formula. A formula means system. I wish there could be a system to measure what's hidden deep inside the heart. Very good words. I wish there could be a system, a formula. We find out, hey, wait a minute. What's deep inside the heart? What's in there? And the reason is because people don't open up. People don't say, wait a minute. For me, I don't want to have a relationship. Even when you meet with some people in a relationship, they also don't want to have kids. Talk about it. Tell this person, you know what? For me, I'm looking for a partner who is not interested to have kids. Open up, talk about it, so you can stop hurting the other person. You can stop to waste the time of the other person, because that's where the anger comes in. Because you're giving so much promises for the other one, and you know there's nothing. Maybe you even never want to have kids. Maybe you even know that you cannot have any. And then the other one think you are together with her or him and staying years and years. And then, you see, that's where all this anger comes from. But I think the moment people start to talk, to be open, maybe it will help. I think so. I believe so. The song says, for the last words, the heart, because can mistake it. Oh, okay, wait a minute. Sometimes can lie said that it's the May House girl, someone hiding. You know, it's okay. The song there, I think it ends up there with the formula to find a formula or something like this. But there's something I also want to add. These are my own words then. That if you see somebody is hiding you like gold, mundu akuhitha, that person don't love you. If you see someone hiding you, the person don't want to be seen walking with you or going out with you to restaurants or anywhere with you, there's something being hidden. So wake up. Why is the person hiding you? Why the person don't want to be seen with you? There's something. Also, if you see the person don't want to introduce you to the family members or to friends, you are a secret. Wewe mtu wa kuhidhua na hau. Why? And you accept that? Don't you love yourself? Because there is no way that you can allow someone to hide you and you come and tell me that you really believe that person loves you. Absolutely not possible. So I think it's high time for us with this song from Samido, as I have said. Those of you who like to listen to that song, I'm sure many of you know it. But anyway, it's called Wedo na Orimo by Samido. You can go listen to the whole song. It's an amazing song, so that you can ask yourself, where are you in the relationship? Where are you with the partner you're together with? Is it business? Is it real love? Is it pretendance? What is it? Only you can answer those questions yourself, because you're the one who knows who you mingle with. You're the one who knows who you live with. You're the one who knows who you meet. The question remains, is it real love or is it business? What is it? All right. I really hope that you enjoyed that song, which is a music short, music 126. I stopped to say shorts because I don't make shorts anymore. Before I used to make shorts and post, but I don't put the shorts anymore, because those were just before, when I wanted to get the 1,000 subscribers last year or something. And also it's good to take them out or put them private, because then you don't get copyright from YouTube, because you use people's songs for, even if it's one, I used to use just 1 minute, but still. All right, I hope you will learn something, one or two things. Let me see a little bit here. I really hope that this song of Samido have taught you something, one or two or three things maybe, and it's something you can teach maybe your children or your relatives or somebody. It's high time we start enjoying these beautiful songs our artists make for us. Yes, and we're gonna do it. We'll continue to do it, because we'll continue learning. Each and every song teaches something. I'm sure about that. I'm sure you learn something. I'm sure you can be listening to these now and then. You can always go back to the original singer and listen if you speak the Kikuyu language. And if not, I am here telling you in English language what the song talks about. All right. And thank you all so much. Please, if you haven't touched the subscribe button, do it. I will appreciate. And then you can like, comment, and share as well. And we'll keep in touch. So I'll be back again. Not tomorrow, tomorrow not, but I'll let you know when I have the time. It was a great message to one out there. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you so much. I thank you all that were here and those at the back. May God bless you. Let's stick together. 2025. This is the year. We're going to continue with this music journey, because, hey, we all have these beautiful songs online. Let's use them. Let's make the best use of the songs, so that we can continue to learn. All right. Thank you all so much. And wish you a nice evening and good night, good day, good afternoon for wherever you are. Here in Sweden, it's now 10:31 here in Sweden in the evening. Yes, in Kenya it's plus 2 hours. In Kenya it's already 12:30. Oi, that's late. Time for people to go to bed. I don't like to keep people so late, because I know that people have to go to work, people who sleep early, and we know sleeping is very healthy. You work, sleep enough, because, hey, I don't want to use my listeners. I don't want to use you, because I know when you go to bed nicely, you sleep many hours, those who are already night time, you're going to be fresh tomorrow. 8 hours of sleep is good. So you stay healthy. You see, like me, I'm 50 years. I've always been sleeping good. All right. Thank you all so much. May God bless you. We catch up next time. Stay blessed. Bye-bye.